The Vision of the Alderman by Henry S. Leigh. An alderman sat at a festive board, quaffing the blood-red wine, and many a bacchanal stave outpoured in praise of the fruitful vine. Turtle and salmon and Strasburg pie, pippins and cheese everywhere. And bulbous alderman winked his eye, for the sherries were old and rare. But a cloud came o'er his gaze eftsoons, and his wicked old orbs grew dim. And then drink turned each of the silver spoons to a couple spoons for him. How he bowed his head at that festive board, by the gaslight's dazzling gleam. He bowed his head, and he slept, and he snored, and he dreamed a fearful dream. Far carried away on the wings of sleep, his spirit was onward borne, till he saw vast holiday crowds in Cheap on the 9th November morn. Guns were booming and bells ding-donged, Ethiop minstrels played, and still where'er the burghers thronged, brisk jongleurs drove their trade. Scarlet sheriffs and the city's pride with portly presence filled the whole of the courtyard just outside the hall of their ancient guild. And in front of the central gateway there a marvellous chariot rolled, like gingerbread at the county fair 'twas covered in blazing gold. And a being arrayed in pomp and pride was brought to the big stone gate, and they begged him, that being, to mount and ride in elegant coach of state. But oh, he was fat, so ghastly fat was then being of pomp and pride, that in spite of many attempts thereat, he couldn't be pushed inside. That being was pressed, but pressed in vain, till the drops bedewed his cheek. That gilded vehicle rocked again, and the springs began to creak. And slumbering alderman groaned a groan, for a vision he seemed to trace, some horrible semblance to his own, in that being's purple face. And oh, he cried as he started up, sooner than come to that, farewell for ever the baneful cup, and the nauseous turtle fat. They carried him up the winding stair, they laid him upon the bed, and they left him sleeping the sleep of care, with an ache in his night-capped head.